Hi, I'm Sandra Sneed, and I'm here to offer a little encouragement, because we all need a little encouragement every now and then. What I want to say is that if we suspend our disbelief, the universe can talk to us. Have you ever sensed a presence that was unexplainable, but it led you out of danger or away from financial ruin? Well, it's happened to me many times, and I'm going to tell you about one of those stories. In this story, there is a psychic, a TV preacher, and a goat with a monkey on her back. But before I tell you about this story, I just want to take your minds to September 2008, when the banks began failing, when General Motors was being purchased by the United States government, and when newspapers that had been around for over 100 years were closing their doors, writers were losing their jobs. Now, this was a time when I was the editor-in-chief of a wireless industry publication, and even though my publisher swore that the magazine was doing fine, I sensed danger. And I began to worry and fret and worry and fret, and my insides were being eaten up by the ravages of negative thinking. I began to worry about what's going to happen to me, and if something happens to me, what would happen to my family, my husband, and our kid. I knew that I was becoming overwrought with negative thinking, so I needed to see someone. And so I saw Kim O'Neill, Houston's favorite psychic. And she said to me that yes, indeed, the magazine was not doing well. But what she said next was much more important. She said, "Sandra, you've been in this tenuous situation for a long time. You've been walking a tightrope for many years now. This is really no different, and you just simply need to keep your eyes open for opportunity." Later, when I thought about what she said, I realized how right she was. I've been self-employed the majority of my career, and feast and famine would wax and wane with the economic cycles, and that was just a natural part, I learned over the years, of having your own business and being self-employed. Not that I ever really got used to it, but I learned how to deal with it. And one way that I learned how to deal with it is to get a book on CD so that was about positive thinking, so it would fill my head with positive thoughts and take over while I was doing mundane tasks around the house. This time I went to a library and got Joel Osteen's book, Living in Favor, Abundance, and Joy. And in this book, he talks about having met a tightrope walker. And he asked him, "How do you stay up on that rope? How is it that you don't fall down?" And the man answered, "Never, never look down, because where the head goes, the body follows." And it was like a cattle prod zapping me when I heard that, because I realized that is exactly what I had been doing. I had been looking down. I had been looking down at the down economy. I had been looking down at people looking for jobs and not finding them. I had been looking down at the environment going on around me rather than keeping my head up and looking for opportunity. So immediately what I did was turn off the radio. I stopped listening to the news. And when the New York Times would come to my email inbox, I would delete it before reading the headline. So as I was clearing away these negative habits, the universe decided it had one more message to give me. A message that would say, you're on the right path and you're going to be fine. You see, I have a friend who's from India, and he's a world traveler, and he likes to send out these emails that come from all over the world, videos, and and jokes and that sort of thing. And he emailed me this video of a goat with a monkey on her back. And this goat walked up the rungs of a ladder, not steps, rungs of ladder, onto a tightrope between two poles. The goat put one hoof, two hoofs, three hooves, four hooves on this little rope and walked, hoof by hoof, down the tightrope to the other end where the pole was. And then, and the monkey on her back was sitting up high like a horseman, looking straight ahead, still as ever. When they got to the other end of the pole, they turned. And before they could start heading back down the other direction, the trainer decided to set another obstacle in their path. It was a ball about this big. The trainer clamped it to the center of the tightrope. And so the goat took her little hooves to the ball and put one hoof, two hooves, three hooves, four hooves on the ball, and then the monkey did a handstand on her back. And they stood on the ball, and then the goat and the monkey began to turn. 180, 182, 360-degree turn on this little ball. Then the monkey sat back down, straight up again, and the goat made it to the end. This was a story I knew the universe was telling me, that if a goat can do that, you're going to be fine. You see, if we suspend our disbelief, forget about our worries and our fears, don't look down to see the environment around us, but keep our head high toward opportunity, the universe will talk to us and encourage us to keep moving down that positive path. Thank you for listening to this, and I hope you have a glorious year, because every day you have a choice about how to live your life. It is your choice to be positive, looking for opportunity, or being pulled in by the masses of dark, hellish, obsessive, negative thinking. Stay up, everyone. Have a super year. This is Sandra Sneed, signing off.